Anyways, that's just some mayhem going on. I wasn't even really trying to play. But that's my other edition for the PlayStation 4. Digitally downloaded, of course. If not, I'd show you the box. It's Grand Theft Auto 5, man. I had never got a chance to play it. I really wanted to get it on PS3 around the time it originally released, but was never really able to get it. I had gotten into other things. Skyrim was something I'd gone into, and so much was on the Wii U that it was just like, I can't bump aside games like Bayonetta 2 and Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker and other games like that to get Grand Theft Auto 5. So I was like, all right, whatever. But I did get it, the remastered or whatever, for PlayStation 4. Graphically, it's amazing. I don't know how much of a step up it is over the PS3. I'm sure there's some visual noticeable differences, but that's neither here nor there. If you played it originally on the PS3, I can't see the logic at all in putting down another $60, because it is full price, to buy it again when it's the same game, just slightly prettier on another system. But seeing as how I did not get the chance to play it, I had no problem putting on $60 for it because it's a great game, man. It really is. Yeah, I mean, I got that, and I got Mortal Kombat X, as you saw in my last video. I've been playing a lot more PlayStation 4 lately over the last maybe 2 weeks or so. My Wii U's gotten kind of a rest. Not entirely, because Mario Kart is there, so I'm always I'm always going back to Mario Kart online. And my wife and I are constantly hitting up Smash Brothers. But for the most part, especially since my time is so wrapped up in school and homework and assignments, I mean, I'm up every night till like 2 in the morning, man, to go to work the next day because of assignments and all that. But that being said, my time to play has been limited drastically since I started school. So because of that, I can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna play PlayStation and Wii U, or Wii U and PlayStation, whatever. Have a game day. That rarely ever happens anymore. So lately, it's been all PS4, which at least the system's getting some love from me. But again, you'll notice I have 5 games for it: NBA 2K15, Mortal Kombat X, Far Cry 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Evolve. What you'll notice about all 5 of those games is that not one of them is exclusive to that system and therefore available on many other platforms, including the Xbox One, PC, mobile, whatever. So it still isn't the drawing factor to get a PlayStation 4, at least not in my eyes. But that being said, Grand Theft Auto 5 is an amazing game. It is by far the best I've played in the series. I'm not a big Grand Theft Auto fan per se, but I did really enjoy Grand Theft Auto 4 on the PlayStation 3. Never beat it, but got really far into it. And just games like that, for me, unless the story's compelling enough, which this one seems like it will be, I don't really try that hard to go through the game's story mode. I do it casually here and there. All I do is get in that world and just do whatever the hell I want, because the world is so open, so alive, so realistic, and so much to do that you could just basically live a virtual life in that world, which is an awesome experience. But that being said, this one, I mean, the city is gigantic. It's obviously LA, it's called Los Santos, but it's obviously LA, at least by the look of it. I mean, there's even a stretch of beach that looks like Long Beach with a pier and all that. It's also got a dynamic new gameplay element that, as far as I know, has never been introduced in the Grand Theft Auto series. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I am not the biggest Grand Theft Auto fan, but for the first time, I'm sorry, I lost something I'm looking for. Whatever. For the first time ever, you're able to control simultaneously and switch between 3 different characters, which is awesome. I mean, it might be 4 by the end of it, because the way that the selection tool is brought up whenever you go to select, it looks like there might be an extra slot on the bottom. But yeah, man, 3 characters, that's awesome. It adds to the dynamics of the game. It adds to the variety of the game. 3 completely different personalities. One psycho meth head. Another one is a retired criminal who's now trying to get his life back together and now getting sucked back into being the kingpin. And the other one is just this ghetto youth, I'm saying, who's just like Ice Cube from Friday. I mean, there's even a nod to the original Friday, the very beginning of the story mode. I'm not going to ruin that for you guys. You guys can check it out. You'll laugh your ass off once you see it. And you'll be like, oh my God, that was, Chris Tucker and Ice Cube. But anyways, the gameplay is awesome. The world, as I said, is just vast. There is nowhere that you can't go. Right off the bat, it's not like, it doesn't feel like Part 4, where Part 4 you had to unlock certain areas of the city. Maybe that is the case here. I've only been playing for maybe like 2 weeks, but I'm able to go wherever the hell I want. I mean, right off the bat, I was able to get a plane and fly wherever I want, drop weapons to different shipments and all that. I'm able to get on a jet ski, steal a boat, and go way the hell out to sea, and it all looks amazingly real. Just an amazing world, man. The characters, very, very, what's the word? Very just spot on, and the way that they communicate with each other, the way the voice acting is, the dialogue is very, very modern, very believable. The story itself thus far is very engrossing. That's why I think this will be the first Grand Theft Auto I actually complete story wise 100%, because it's sucking me in. It's really good, and just the variety of missions. Like, yo, man, I played this one mission that was like, okay, if this is where the Grand Theft Auto series is going, I like this, because this is innovative. This isn't the same old, get in the car, get away from the cops, shoot everybody, whatever, and get the hooker, screw her in the car, and then run her over and get your money back. It ain't that. Although you can do all that, but it's dynamic, it's innovative in its gameplay, and that was illustrated to me firsthand by this mission I'm about to describe. Spoiler alert for those of you who are getting into the game, and it's been out for a while, so I'm late to the party. But for those of you who are getting into the game and don't want this ruined, just turn the video off. But anyways, there's this mission where you have to extract this guy who's being interrogated by the FBI, whatever, in this building, right? So you're all three characters together. One of them flying the helicopter. The other one is gonna rappel from the helicopter through the windows and take this guy from the agents in the building. And the other one's across the way, a couple blocks away, on top of a skyscraper with a sniper rifle giving you cover. And as the mission unfolds, you switch in and out between the different characters depending on the situation. If you rappel into the building and you got the guy, and then all the FIB agents got their guns pointed at you, well, then you pop, and you start shooting them, right? You might want to switch to the guy across the way who can give you some extra cover with the sniper rifle, zoom in, and just start clocking dudes. And then if it's getting too hectic, then you rappel back out of the building, switch to the guy flying the helicopter, and try to get away as the police helicopters trail you, and you're just switching back and forth between the characters trying to take out the helicopters while you're flying over this massive city that looks real. I mean, that right there, I was like, okay, this is serious stuff. This is the next level of Grand Theft Auto, and it actually makes sense that finally we're seeing something new from these guys. Because Rockstar is awesome, but Grand Theft Auto's been the same for a while, and I can't blame them because it works and it sells and it's fun. But it was good to see them go. I hope there's more missions throughout this campaign of this game that involve the interaction and the switching back and forth of these three characters. I mean, there was another one where there's a drug deal gone bad, and you're in the middle of this cul-de-sac in the ghetto, and all these gangbangers come in, and they're all shooting, and all three of you are taking cover, trying to get away. While you're shooting, having to shoot up, the cops show up, and then you got to run all three of you down to this under this bridge where there's some water, and some people got jet skis, and you steal the jet skis from them, and you all take off and split up on the jet skis, trying to lose the cops and meet up again later. I mean, it's really cool, man. I'm really high on this game because it finally feels like Grand Theft Auto's fresh again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's new. Like, there's new stuff to do, new things to explore. There's a lot of Easter eggs hidden throughout the city and the outskirts of the city. I mean, it really is. I can't stress this enough. It really is a humongous world that I've gone all over, and I guarantee you I haven't seen nearly half of it yet. Man, what else can be said? The characters, like I said, the dialogue between them, the storytelling is very, very well done. The night and day sequences, the lighting in the game really makes you feel like you're in this living, breathing world when the sun is rising and the sun's coming over the building tops and all that, and the glare from the light. And then nighttime when the sun sets and, you're by the beach or whatever, the environment looks ultra realistic. The controls are great, man. They're Grand Theft Auto controls. Driving is a kind of a mission, as it always is in Grand Theft Auto games, because it's got to make it a little bit tough for you to get away from the cops. If not, you'd be unstoppable. But yeah, man, I mean, there's not much more that I can say. The story, as I said, is sucking me in, so it's got me hooked. I really want to know what happens next, so I find myself fighting the temptation to just go explore this world and actually get into some of these missions. There's a lot of side missions, jet ski races, street races, paparazzi missions where you take this crazy ass paparazzi dude all over the place to fucking get pictures of celebrities doing bad stuff. I mean, it's like a living, breathing world, man. It's like the underworld in the palm of your hands and on your TV screen. So I mean, I'm really digging it. The different cars. I mean, there's no licenses, so you don't have like Ford Mustang or Dodge Viper, but you could look at cars and you could just be like, wow, that's a Mustang, bro. And the Mustang's my dream car. So I'm like, the one that says Dominator on the back, but it's got the up and down headlights and that square body. I'm like, that's the Mustang right there. There's 4 GTs all over the place, Maseratis. I mean, and then there's so many vehicles that you can use to traverse this world. Bikes, motorcycles, like actual bicycles, bikes, motorcycles, sports cars, regular cars, trucks, ATVs, helicopters, planes, jet skis, boats. I mean, everything, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. So I'm very high up on this game. I can still. I'll tell you this. I still stick by my couple, maybe a year or two back. I made a video after they announced this as Game of the Year for last year, and I said, and it's very vulgar, and I'm gonna say it again. Mario 3D World should have won Game of the Year, and I still believe that. I still would rather prefer playing Mario 3D World than this, as good as this is, because Mario 3D World is just innovative, creative. It is just so many great ideas rolled into one package. But I had said, Grand Theft Auto 5, as great as it is, cannot lick the cum off the tip of the dick of Super Mario 3D World. I still stand mostly by that statement. I may have modified my stance a little bit because the game is really good. But at the end of the day, when comparing the two together as just gaming experiences, Mario 3D World is just head and shoulders above it. But it's still, for that, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving it its props for the props are due. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a tremendous experience. Thus far, it has entertained the hell out of me. My wife loves to watch me just play it. She didn't even want to play. She just wants to watch me play. It's just great, man. I got to give props to the team at Rockstar for all that they did. Everything from graphical presentation to the frame rate. I haven't seen any, like, you know, there's in a world that massive and that big, there's your clipping here and there. Maybe your knee will pass through a wall as you walk by, whatever, little technical things like that. But for the most part, frame rate smooth. I don't see any screen tearing. I don't see any major lapses in frame rate or anything like that. It's very smooth, very on point, very crystal clear. Great color scheme, just great look to the game, man, and great movement throughout the game. I mean, like I said, I can't do a review because I'm not very far into it. I'm maybe like 2 or 3 weeks been playing it, and I think maybe like 12% through the story or something like that, because I do a lot of exploring, man. I like to just go and see what's up with this world, man, like I do in the Far Cry series. So anyways, that's that. That's the other addition I have. So my PlayStation 4 library has grown to, right now it's 5 games. But as I mentioned before, they're all multi-plats. None of them are exclusives. These are all great games in their own right, but they could be had elsewhere. You know, and that's the advantage that my Wii U still has over my PS4. While I am playing my PS4 a lot more than my Wii U at the current moment. That's the first time in history that's ever happened. The Wii U is still my definitive go-to gaming console. It is my primary console. And it's the console that honestly I have the most fun with, because it has the best games. And it has the best only found here experiences. So, you know, that being said, I'm glad that I'm at least, even if it's in the form of multi-plats, we'll see what happens when Uncharted finally drops, even though it's been delayed. And you know, maybe a new God of War, a new Gran Turismo, Ratchet and Clank. Please, a new Ratchet and Clank. You know, exclusives that are worthwhile, man. We'll see what happens when that goes down, if it goes down. But right now, I mean, at least the PlayStation 4 is getting my attention right now at the current time. Whether it be with multi-plats or not, they're still great games, and I'm enjoying them. So, I mean, NBA 2K15 is a daily thing, you know. Or when school has a daily thing. So, whenever I get a chance to play, I always play NBA 2K15. Mortal Kombat X is my new baby. That's where I'm at. Grand Theft Auto's taking a kind of a pause because Mortal Kombat X is here, and I'm just dominating dudes online, and I'm just, you know, unlocking stuff, and you know, it's just epic, man. So there you have it, man. I hope you've enjoyed this video and the last one I made. Like I said, my videos are few and far in between because of my life right now, man. And by the way, today is my 10-year wedding anniversary. So the only reason I'm doing this is because my wife ain't home. When she gets home, you know, it's all about her. And, you know, until I got to start my homework later on tonight. But, yeah, man, 10 years, man. Can you imagine? We've been through some stuff, man, but it's been amazing, man. I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. She is my better half. So, you know, videos will be few and far in between, but at least when you do get them, you get a dose of 2 at a time. You know what I'm saying? So, God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Reezonoticz doing this thing. Peace.